exes are dying.
What the 3 of your ex-boyfriends died.
Sure, a few of my exes are dead.
That's 6.
I think I have to warn them.
I do too. I also think that. I was hoping you'd say that. Roll on some deodorant.
One of the best shows this winter is obviously going to be Laid. I'm so excited for people to see it. It's starring Stephanie Hsu, Oscar nominee, Zosia Mamet. Thank you both so much for chatting with me. Stephanie, tell us what Laid is all about.
Okay, let's go. Laid is about a woman in her 30s who's having a hard time finding love. And then she starts to find out that everyone she's ever slept with is starting to die in mysterious, crazy ways. So she and her best friend, AJ, set on a quest to figure it out. And yeah, I like to say it's not a coming of age story, but it's a coming to terms story.
Ooh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
I had not thought of it that way either, but that's really, really clever. It's super fun. Zosia, what's it like to be part of this super fun show? Very empowering and very, very funny.
It was such an absolute joy. I mean, we've just been having a total love fest here today. We shot 8 episodes in 8 weeks, which was incredibly ambitious and a lot of work, a lot of long days, but it honestly was one of the greatest experiences of my career. We worked really, really hard, but it was so incredibly fulfilling. And there was such a vibe of just joy on set. Everybody came every day to work with a desire to have fun and enjoy and really just like dig into what we were creating. So yeah, I mean, it was just a really, really great time.
It's a really great time as an audience member to watch. And what's also fun is to see these different guest stars pop up in this episode, her past relationships or one night stands with Josh Segarra, Phineas O'Connell, all these amazing guest stars. I don't want to give too much away, but Stephanie, what's it like having all these people come on and be part of this show alongside you two?
Well, I definitely was a huge nymph elf in cobbling those people together. And that was one of my favorite things to do. I mean, one of my favorite stories is, you know, when the writers brought me into the writer's room to pitch me the entire arc of the season, they had a murder board. They had the sex timeline on in the writer's room, and on the murder board there was the sex timeline. It's not the murder board anyway, whatever. Sex timeline. Sorry, dramaturg, call her. On the sex timeline it said John Early, and I was like, do you guys know John Early? And John Early plays himself, and they were all like, no, we're just a huge fan of his work. And I was like, I'm friends with John Early. So I immediately like texted him that day. But it was amazing. Like, I mean, I
didn't know that story.
Yeah. It's so he's one of the first people that we cast, actually.
That's amazing.
John Early. We hadn't even written the episode yet. But anyway, amazing. That's the best thing. When you can bring friends and people that you love to the table, it's amazing. And I'm so grateful that all of them showed up.
Yes, and it's just so great that this is based on an Australian TV series, which I did some research on. It's 2 seasons. Makes me fingers crossed for second season of Laid, possibly even more seasons. Zosia, what do you hope for in future seasons?
Oh my goodness. I mean, honestly, reading the scripts, I never tried to go there. I like to be surprised. And I always think the writers are the writers for a reason, because they are the ones that come up with these incredible plot lines and through lines of themes. And our writers just constantly surprised me at every turn. So I don't know, just more of their delicious geniusness. And honestly, just the thought of being able to be on set again with all of these amazing humans is like a gift in and of itself.
And certainly it has to be. It's a gift for audience members too. And Stephanie, I was reading the press notes too, and it's like this role was written with you in mind. I mean, that has to feel so good. Having seen you in Everything Everywhere All at Once, just blown away by your role in that. And obvious Oscar nominee, should have been Oscar winner in my opinion, but I just love that performance, and people are going to love Laid as well. What's it like getting this written for you?
Man, whoa. Yeah, pretty nuts. I mean, something that Notch would always say to me, or she said to me at the wrap party, she was like, you know, like I saw some of your work and we were developing the show, and I thought to myself, it's her. And that is just, I think anytime you get an opportunity to do anything, it's just such a abundance of gratitude. You're like, wow, thank you so much for thinking of me. And now that I know
33.
so much more of how the sausage is made per se, I
this is like
feel
a stick-up?
so grateful
Wait, no, that's
that Minaj and Sally like fought for me and they like held on to their vision of me and like pitched it to me over and over, and also had to knock down so many doors to make other people agree for it to be me. And I feel very, very grateful to get to be a part of this project. Mm-hmm.
Hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but this holiday season, everyone needs to get laid on Peacock. Make sure you watch all the episodes December 19th. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One of the best shows this winter, people are going to love Laid. I'm talking with the creators themselves, Nanachka Khan, Sally Bradford McKenna. This is just so much fun. I loved watching all the episodes. So Nanachka, I'll let you do the honors. Tell us what Laid's all about.
Oh, thank you so much. Laid is about a woman who is trying to find love, and she's in her 30s. She's been dating for a while, doesn't know what's wrong. Why can't she find the person? And then she discovers that everybody she's ever slept with starts dying in the order that she slept with them in, and needs to start to navigate that as she does meet somebody in the present day. And there's all these elements that come into play, but that's essentially the basics.
This woman we're talking about is Oscar nominee Stephanie Hsu, who is phenomenal in this role. Sally, what's it like having her as your leading lady?
She's been incredible from the beginning. She's also an EP on the show, so she's been very involved from developing to the writing to all of it. She really has helped us. I think even just with the character, we had a clear idea of what we wanted Ruby to be. And when Stephanie came on, it has evolved. It continues to evolve with her input. She's been incredible. She's led a great set, and she works so well with the other actors. We got lucky with the entire cast who really gel. So she's been amazing.
You're right about this cast. I mean, Zosia Mamet, all these guest stars that I don't want to give too much away. We have Andre Holland, Michael Angarano, but just great cast. What's it like getting them all assembled for your show?
I mean, it's like a dream. It's like, you're writing something, and then when you get the chance to actually make it and start to like make the characters on the page real and cast them, there's just so many ways things can go, and the pieces just fell into place for us, and really feels like a real group of friends, people that really would exist in the same world, but played by such talented actors, so funny, so able to access all these levels of emotion, and really kind of kept up with the storytelling and outpaced it and just enhanced it.
Yeah, and this is such a very powerful female story that she's not ashamed of her sexual endeavor. She's not ashamed of her past. I love how powerful that is in getting this message told, because in the past, we've seen, the guys are like, there's my hit list. There's how all this goes. But a woman is proud of who she's been with, who she is as a person. Sally, what's that like getting to tell that kind of story on TV today?
Yeah, from the beginning, we always wanted to be not shaming at all. Like, she's going to have to take a look at her history, and it's going to be confronting and it's going to be daunting, but it shouldn't be, oh my God, how did I do this? Or why did it's not quantity. It's never about, we never put her in a position of feeling like she's being judged. But what is tricky is having to go back and look at your past and have to look at who you were with all those people, not even so much who they were, the one night stands, the guys she barely remembers, but who she was with each of them. And I think that's really how we kind of developed the character, was through, not entirely, but through these relationships, through who she was with these guys and girls in the past, and how she kind of changed over the years. And maybe she didn't treat these people very well. But, her whole movement is forward. And how does she find love in the present? How does she move forward with her present love life? So we kind of tied in that, having to look back at her past to move forward.
I'm excited for audience to see how this kind of develops. It's kind of like a murder mystery where you're like, well, where's this going? And Nanachka, what was it like? This is like the board behind you. This is a mystery show. At the same time, it's a comedy. It's such a great blend of these genres.
Yeah, I mean, that was something that we really were excited about, because, having these different elements and having the mystery and murders are happening, death is happening around her, but she's also in a rom-com in a way too. Like, she's in her mind, she's like, oh my God, like I met the person, and that to us is comedic. Like, all of this stuff around you is happening, and yet you still have the focus to be like, oh, he's kind of cute, or whatever, start flirting with the guy at the casket of another guy. I mean, just things that, in present day might be distasteful, but in entertainment, it's funny. And I think those are the things that we're really excited about.
Yeah, and this has already, it's one full season. We're getting them all at once, but I saw the series it's based on was 2 seasons. Hopefully we get additional seasons of Laid. What's the plan for that, Sally?
Oh, we don't have any plan just yet. We're gonna have to see, but it's definitely a show that we end season 1 definitely with. There's more to do, and so we would love to keep going with it.
As an audience member, I want to see more. I'm hopeful. I know audiences are going to love it, though. So make sure you watch Laid. All episodes dropping December 19th on Peacock. Thank you both so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Every comedy needs its great supporting characters, and these guys fit that bill so perfectly. I'm talking with Michael Angarano, Andre Highland, in the new show Laid on Peacock. So, Michael, let's start with you. Tell us more about your character.
I play Richie, and he and Ruby have a past. He is definitely an ex-lover of hers, and he's also sort of an emotional foil in the sense that he is one of the only people who's actually honest with her. And I think over the course of the show, that really informs their dynamic.
Yeah, what about you, Andre?
Zach is AJ's boyfriend and kind of on the periphery of Ruby's madness, and then is kind of in his own world, but you know, they cross a little bit.
You guys are obviously the boyfriends, ex-lovers of these 2 central characters. I'll start with you, Michael. Obviously, yours is Stephanie Hsu, Oscar nominee, who I was reading the press notes and they wrote this role for her. She's just outstanding in it. What's it like working alongside her?
I mean, she is all that you can ever ask for in a scene partner and producer. She is
You are stunning, and you are sweet.
I just thought it was such a perfect marriage of actor and writer. You know, like hearing her speak the words and say the dialogue, you know, at these read-throughs, and then, you know, acting with her in person, like she set the tone so distinctly on camera and off camera. I didn't mean to say that so smoothly, but truly, like she was part of the reason why this show was such an enjoyable experience for all of us. And that says a lot because she really had a lot on her plate. It was a pretty heavy lift in terms of like the mountain of dialogue that she had to speak every day.
Yeah, I agree. Even through the audition process, through wrapping the show, it was like she was always like rooting for you and trying to make things work and find ways to make it easy and the best experience for everyone.
It's great to hear about her. She was so enjoyable to talk to. And then, Andre, yours is Zosia Mamet, who we knew and loved from Girls, The Flight Attendant, another great comedic actress. What's it like working with her?
She's super fun to work with. Like the scenes where we got to like argue and like, you know, we're playing a couple and she, you know, sometimes it's hard to kind of like immediately have like, you know, pretend couple chemistry, but I feel like she made that a lot easier and like a warm entry into that dynamic. And then she's also just like funny and like a cool hang. So that just toss that into the mix and it's good.
You all seem like such fun groups of people. And Michael, you are back on the NBC Universal family, going from Nikki, one of the beloved characters of This Is Us, to now on a Peacock show on Laid. And this is just such a great dynamic. What's it like being a part of this great ensemble show, just like This Is Us was?
Yeah, I mean, I was just so happy to, you know, be a part of it and have a job. And like I said, it was everybody. Nanachka really, you know, having somebody like her and her vision was like a, you know, she was kind of the lighthouse for all of us, because I always felt like very taken care of, and the show has such like a wide tone, but it never felt like, you know, we would ever stray too far. So I don't know, it was just everybody laughed, and you know, if I've learned anything, it's that, you know, it's the experience that matters almost more than the outcome. So this was both.
And what I said to Ninotchka and Sally in a prior interview is, I love how this show is so unapologetically real about a girl's experience with who she's been in the past. She's not ashamed of these guys she's been with. She's not ashamed of one night stands, which we don't see much on TV. And I commend both of you for also being a part of that, because we've seen the typical bro comedy, guy comedy, but it's so great that you guys are so supportive of this, obviously, as well. What's that like being a part of something like that, Andre?
Well, they're just lucky they're supportive of us.
Yeah.
Really good. No, it was just a fun, cool show to be a part of, and like saying like Stephanie, Notch, everybody, they're all like Sally, they're all just like, it's like getting to be, it's like being in sports, like getting traded to a good team. You're like, okay, well, I might just get to go to the postseason with this, and I didn't have to do it. I'm just doing what I was already doing. So it's nice like that.
I also just
go ahead. Yeah.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, just loved how like the show talks about sex, because it is kind of new, and the show itself is kind of a hybrid between multicam and sitcom and single cam, it feels like. And so it just felt like it just felt like a very honest dialogue in terms of what it's like.
Yeah, and I like that the show wasn't afraid to not make a non-likable character in the traditional sense. Like, you like the character, but like, oh, she's not like a righteous character or something like that.
No.
It's someone with a lot of flaws, and that's like a lot of what the whole intersection of jokes and situations are. And I'm glad to see that.
Glad to see it on TV too. And
it's too clean.
Yeah.
I have to ask a personal question. Andre, is your hair that naturally curly? Everyone has to love your hair. It's just booming on the screen.
It is naturally curly. That is true. And then, it's been
if you cut it short, is it curly?
Oh yeah, it's even tighter.
Wow.
When it's short. Yeah. Unless you cut it to when there's no hair. But yeah, no, it's natural. Oh, also, you're in Indianapolis. I'm from Cincinnati. So shout out to the tri-state area.
So there we go. I love the shout out. Thank you both so much. Make sure you watch Laid, all episodes December 19th on Peacock. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.